should sit right here. And pull up here and go sit over here. That's what I should do. Yes, John. Yes, my people, me I try to get a seat. Oh. Oh, I'm pushing this. Yes, John. Try to sit down on the side, people. Sit down on this up. Sit down this up. And sort out the thing better. Yes, John. That's the thing now, you see that? That's the thing right now. Bless, bless. Yes, my people, all praises. You know, when I sit at the table, it's a talk I will have. Guys, I have to give thanks and praise unto the Most High. That is my strength, and I want to give appreciation. You all see the new workouts and the videos. Let me get that slipper right there. I have a slipper there, put it right here. Let me remind you about it. So guys, yes, you all seen the workouts. I have a guy called Wolf, new guy. Our young brother, 27, hardworking, trying to do something, trying to get another person, at least 4 of us, 3 of us, and let's just start to create our own type of regiments and workouts, and try to create something, with more juice, more flavor. I mean, I got flavor, but sometimes you got to share it. And the most I will allow are people with a gracious heart, people that we could work together, respect each other. And like I said, I'm still learning this YouTube stuff. I got the brother, I tagged him. I learned how to tag today, I tagged him. Well, not me, my wife tagged him. I give thanks to that too. So, yeah. What I'm bringing for y'all guys today is, I stay on this positive energy. I stay on giving thanks, glorifying my Creator. No matter what is my situation, my position in life, during times, I still observe my Creator, and I still look within and knows that my Lord is great. Even during the time when I'm walking throughout the day, and I just have to, within my mind, even talking within myself, glorifying the name of my Creator. And I could feel sometimes that when things, let me get the slippers. Yeah, put the slipper right there for me. I could feel that sometimes when we have our ups and downs and things may look difficult and look not the right way, how I get this comfort within my belief, within not just by my belief, but implementing what was given to me, implementing that, implementing my gift, my ability, my faith, working, exercising every day, no matter what it might look like, what it might seem like, how hard it may be, how difficult. But you just know I have to do this because no one will not do it for me. And by me finding time out to give thanks each day that I exhale that breath of life, that my heart beats, that I'm conscious, I'm awake and I'm here, I could talk, I could move, I could make a difference. I could choose to do a lot of corruptible things and please my flesh, or I could choose to stay righteous, stay on the path of righteousness, and keep pushing and working, executing my perfection in the form that it was given unto me as a gift. So I could run down a society, a life, a lifestyle. I could make believe as much as I may act and believe, pretend, but that's all me in my own form of creation. Who is it that I'm lying to? Who is it that I am tricking? You know, the old people say that, the elders say that every day the bucket goes to the well, and one day the bottom of the bucket will drop out. You might think how that will happen. That's ridiculous. So that bucket might be a purpose to the well for at least a good 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, because nobody's not expecting that the bottom of that bucket to drop. But the day when you come to get water, and that whoever comes to draw that water, and they find out there's a problem because now the bottom of the bucket drop out, I bet you that person that's at the well, that is thirsty, that wants to quench their thirst and cannot get that water, they know what that feels like. So I'd rather be thirsty now and stay true spiritually, physically, and mentally to the source than to quench my thirst and sin an abomination, knowing that I would be thirsty again. And that time when I want that water, it's not pure. That water is not pure. That water is just sustaining me to believe that I'm all right. But in reality, every time I drink that water, that's like your tap water. You could drink it, it's free of charge. No, it's free of charge. It comes through the tap and you don't have to pay in a sense. You can continue drinking it, and someone could say to you, well, don't drink the water from the tap. And you say, well, I've been drinking it for years. It's okay not knowing what it's doing to you in the inside. So precaution, better than cure. But anyway, today I want to open this. Hey, little boy, listen, man. Don't romp with me. I will get you. All right. Anyway, people, all praise unto the Most High. Mother, go and go there with him when I'm ready. I'm going to call you because he can put me on station mode. Can you always time me? So people, excuse about that, but you know, see me and the short boss in the yard, and me and short boss always in a problem because short boss always want to act up. Look, rebel style. Look, rebel style. Pass me the slipper, man. Yeah, you see them thing there. Anyway, people, let's stay focused. Go somewhere with him. Go somewhere with him. Take away yourself, man. Take away yourself. Take away yourself. Close that door. Take away yourself, man. Two out all. Two out all. Two out all. I want to come rebel say. Yo, the youth more time, the youth the youth watch me and me and watch him like him and watch me and me and watch him and then all of a sudden see what me and do and just decide to just go on a certain way. If not go cool long enough right now, you want me if you come take him and spoil thing him and go on with. So I catch attention in there and you know say his mommy and mommy I go try to love him up as much as possible and I'm going to use that love to go on bad. See? I'm going to use that figure and bad and show up himself and make it look like, you know, him at the top boss. I call him short boss. Like short and him a boss look at you. But, you know, I'm just the boss, I'm just the short boss. You can't do nothing with the short boss. See, the whole I did small one time, you know. And that's why sometimes I just watch him still, you know. And just watch his attitude and or him flex and just taking him in and wondering if I was to see him, you know? Yeah, man. So anyway, people, we have the red flag this up. We have a red flag to tell you. So people, wanna know say 13 months make a year, right? Okay. And say the European people give us they work it down to 12. So them start all them holidays and them feast days and the money they way to make money because the amounts of poor people that make money and get rich with feast days and holidays, Easter and all them days. That's what they are doing. Alright, so we know that. So alright. So I want to say something. I always say I'm an Aries. On sometimes I shouldn't say I'm an Aries, but I say I'm an Aries. But really actually, I'm a creation of the Most High. That's what I am. You know? I am a creation of the Most High. But astrology are people where we read the stars and God has given man knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to understand the stars and these things to be able to break it down to certain ideation to people. So, alright, people that is under astrology and they didn't tele reading cards, the cards them and zodiac sign them, right? So as you check most countries they have different type of zodiac signs. Some have zodiac signs. China have the different things they're gonna use. Like me in China, I'm a rooster in China. I would not be a fire ram. I would be a rooster. I wake up early and since it's the first, April is the first month. But there's an old saying when I say the first month, people don't observe the whole heights behind when I say the first month, the first born. See, now in Genesis the 49th chapter, when you read, you hear simple, they are saying that Jacob had 12 sons. Jacob had 12 sons, right? And I always say it's 13 children. I always say it. Go in my old videos, I'm talking about over 4 or 5 years ago. The people who just started vlogging recently, and but if you have to go, I don't pirate nobody's stuff. I stay by the things where I am and deal with from a very long time, which is over 5 years. So some of them just come out and I just vlog right now. So they couldn't say I taking no knowledge off of them because I don't put out videos more than 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, dealing with certain heights. Alright, people? So, alright, so the okay thing, Genesis the 49th chapter. Well, when you read, but if you have to read the first book of Jenai, I always say the first book of Jenai, it would allow you to know how things go, right? It allow you to know how things go. And what are the people? I look a boy, it's just look a boy. Hold on. If me not stop him, him not gonna stop. So I got to do it because you see right now there, he get on some nonsense. And if I don't stop him, he will continue this, continue this, continue this, continue this. Shut up! Shut him out. Shut up. Don't let him beat body up in there. You see what I'm doing? Bad up him, man, I told you. You see? People, I always say, Mr. Man, a principle. You see? I tell you this, it's my son there. I would have him with me. He will cry. I know he's a cry. He love cry. Me was a cry too. Right? But with the cry now, I get to understand certain things, how to deal with him. It's that youth will take liberty by you if you allow him. He's an Aries, I know. Aries people are my son is very energetic. Very, very energetic. Remember that it's a little boy from the day in Barn and come home, Me, I give my youth certain things different. So in energy, it dep on top. Me know that I am not trying to slow him down. I love the energy him have to be. A child should be energetic. That's why you see me, if a child like in the daytime I live here, my neighbor live upstairs, in the daytime, the child is playing, I don't have a problem because they must play. But you see when nighttime come now, where it's like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and that child is running and nobody, I have a problem with that. So I know how my son is. But at the same time, he's a baby. At the same time, even though he's a baby, he's very brilliant. And he will take advantage upon, if you allow him, give him an easy lay, he will ride you. And what I am doing now, you see I'm quiet now. You see I'm quiet now, right? Because, listen, sometimes fire would burn. And you have to make them know. See? All the things, stay, all the things go. See? Alright, people, so let's go back again. Like I said, this is a Redshot BlackStar. If you're coming in, thank you for coming in and tuning in. And don't forget to like, smash the like button, share the video, give me the thumbs up, and you can send in a comment. So I have bringing before guys Genesis, first book of the Bible, the book of Genesis. I have break it down from the beginning of the creation when the Most High is creating, even unto the 49th chapter. Okay? Unto the 49th chapter, I have break it down. Now, when you read the 49th chapter, where it is speaking about Jacob calling his 12 sons to talk to them about you see, it's like, let me tell you this, it's like me and 14 children. I have 14 children, right? Or somebody with 8 children, 9 children, how much children you have. And after a while, like certain things is going on in the home, inside of the yard, and you as the elder, you as the main man, the king man, the root man, the one, the divine vine, you can't take the things that's going on in your house anymore, right? So you call your sons them to talk to them, to show them, every mother and every father does that. In this generation, they're hypocrites. They don't. Okay, now the judgment upon your mother. If your mother or your father tell you about your ways, this is what Jacob is doing. Jacob is telling his 12 sons, actually 13, but there's a girl. He's telling his 12 sons, he has to sit down and watch their attitude and their behavior, and the behavior is foul. And he's telling them a continuation, the judgment that comes behind the attitude, right? So, Reuben, which is Iman. When they say Reuben, remember, there's the same Reuben, there's a name for it, it's called Abib. Month, here the month name is the month of Abib. Reuben now is the name of a child. It's not the name of a month. It is not, it is the name of a child. So if you have 12 children, they all have 12 different names. Okay? Reuben is his father's firstborn. Like any person who has a bunch of children, there has a firstborn and a last child, which will be the last born. Since Reuben was the firstborn of Jacob, okay, they all do things, and the father was to tell them. Remember, Jacob was a man of the Most High, and Jacob stayed in the eyes of the Most High. Jacob 12 sons did things, bad things, not only one time, not only twice, abominable times, and I will explain it to your people. The Bible is not to read as a novel, but a little here and a little there. This is why scriptures upon scriptures, line upon line, precept upon precept. We all know that. Now, like I said, this man, Jacob, have 13 children, but him have 12 boy picnic, one girl picnic. The 12 boy picnic, when him have them out, some of them is out of order. Something will go down in the man yard, where the man call him youth, the man make them know, say, watch a man. We have to stop on no nonsense what we're not doing here. Stop it, me now. Go feed. As a matter of fact, me I go just tell you about yourself. And guess what? Every parent know them children. If you grow your child and you love your child, you are going to know your child. So Reuben was the firstborn for Jacob. Yeah. Okay? But Reuben is a name. Like you name your son Simon, Mikey, any of these names. It's just a name. The significance of his name was just a name. He named him, he didn't say, okay, when he name him, is God telling me to name Reuben, the name Reuben, He just name him Reuben. That him just all them youth them him name them and give them a name. Them name was Hebrew names, had definition, but it was not under the stars. He didn't name these 12 tribes under no star, moon, and sun, and none of them something there. These people at one time never even worship star and moon, because then catch you that and call you sun, moon worshiper, sun worshiper, star worshiper, and then people will beat the lights out of you. Because it's not for you to worship these things. These sun gods, and when them fall down like Egypt was one, but we'll come to that anyway. So people, Jacob having children and he named them. He named them. And in growing, reaching a certain age, remember, Jacob now have one woman, Remember, and Jacob's son, them a big man, then, right? They are not little children now, they are big grown man, You see that? Grown man them, and them live with them daddy, Them daddy not have one girl, Him not have two, Him not have three, the man have like 5 or 4 wives, the man have, Them time there. See? Alright? And remember, when you watch the children that you have with them, he don't have all of his children with one woman. He have children with all of them. You see that? And them was wicked woman too. Them woman, they just gossip and argue and fight and them teach the youth them bad vibes. The boy picking them because woman always spoil them bad picking them. Remember, Jacob end up getting a young woman, a young woman, and this woman was more wiser than the first 4 women him did have, The mothers of his sons them before, This, I think her name was Rebecca or something like that, was a young woman, but she was blessed by the Most High. And remember, she now come and bring Joseph and Benjamin, As she come meet Joseph and Benjamin, see, for him. Okay? Remember, Joseph was sold in Egypt, Okay? So the children was born not under terror reading cards, not under what you call this people where they check the stars, them they have a name for them, I just mentioned the name a while ago. Like Cleo, them people they Miss Cleo and them people they read stars and them something there. These children didn't born under them something they like. So they was just born and there was names given to them. And when they violate them father call them and tell them about themselves and what was to come. Okay? That have nothing to do, okay, with the month of Abib. The month of Abib is the month of April. 13 months make a year. Abib don't have nothing to do with Reuben. Reuben is a name that was given by his father, just like he had 11 brothers and he made 12, and all of them was given names. If their name was John, Mikey, Harry, whatever it was, that was their names. Their name was not, Reuben's name was not Abib. Abib is a month, and the month of Abib represents April, which makes the 13th month. April is the first month of the year, and it's called, go and do the research, check it out people, it's called the month of Abib. That's when they collect taxes during them time here, and even until this day, until now, them still use the month of Abib. Caesar still use the month of Abib to close the tax time to collect. You collect taxes in April. Taxes are done in April. So the month of Abib represents April. The month of Abib don't have nothing to do with Reuben. Reuben is a name. And people align Reuben and Abib and say since Reuben is the first month, since Abib is the first month and Reuben is the firstborn, let's make Abib and Reuben to be the same. Where you get that from? I want you, anyone, to show me where they get this teaching from. How they go under psychic philosophy, under people we are dealing with scorpion and Scorpio and crab and them something there. Where God talk about that when you did born? Where God said that you were born in the month of Abib or January or February, whatever you want to call it. You was a crab or you was a this or you was a that. Show me that in the Bible or any old text that give you that. China man come with what you call it there. Man, what's the name of the thing when you buy the horoscope? And them start to zip people mind. I call your horoscope and get you infatuated with your horoscope, Rasta. And sometimes the thing mix with your attitude because they work under the moon and under the moon. And that's why every time is a moon, the moon is shaping. People change just like the tide. Change, you get high, you get low. People change with the moon. The moon cycle have a lot to do with us. It don't have nothing to do with no two fish. It don't have nothing to do with no two bull. It don't have nothing to do with no scale. It don't have nothing to do with none of that. That's nonsense. Okay? God make man and then give man a way if he leave order and doctrines and teachings and commandments. That's what the Most High do. He didn't make a crab until they say you is under the crab and the crab represent you. He never do that. It's man will create them thing there. Man will bring them type of. This is why I told you all about the circle and the square and the triangle. This is the knowledge of the circle and square because now them get overwise now and them mash up the thing. See? So Reuben is a name. But Abib was given under that month and that time. That was the name, the month of Abib. Biblically, you can go check it out and you will see that Abib, the month April represents the month of Abib. Now we don't speak Hebrew anymore in the language of Aramaic, but that's what it is. So you don't need no PhD to overstand. So people got to stop having their own overstanding or the understanding, because when you over the thing, you now put your own thing in the thing. You just keep the thing original. See? So when you hear the story where them I say, or them I bring, actually that don't really relate it. It's not. Because let me tell you, a crab is a crab, Rasta. See? Me's a man. Me's a living soul, you know. And crab, it's alive too, but I man represent uprightness on a different level. So there's no way I here to mimic no crab. I am not here to mimic no crab, no animal. I can't. Remember, we higher than the animals. So why me put myself lower than them? It's only in this type of knowledge where I show you earlier on yesterday with the paper there, the circle, the square, and the triangle. Those who's under the eye of horror always take certain philosophy and certain misunderstanding to brainwash people. So let's go back, people. So right there, Jacob have 13 children. He have 12 sons, 1 daughter, right? He named them different names. All right? He named them different names. They was not same mother, but they was same father. But their mother's character caused these young boys to be out of order. Even Reuben violated his dad. He slept with one of his father's wives. That means he had to sleep with one of his brother's mother. Okay? So of course it's a big time violation that. It's not to say him daddy go get a girl out the door where him daddy has sleep with a girl and him take a piece. Him do a big sin, him incest in deal with, Can him take one father wife we have youth for the daddy. That means one of his brother's mother, one of the brothers them sleep with. That's big violation. So him defile the dad. But that have nothing to do with April. That have nothing to do with the month of Abib. Abib represent a whole other stuff. And two of the reasons why the month of Abib was mentioned, actually 3. One, when Joshua was a boy, 12-year-old, and they would go to Bethlehem, okay, for the Passover. And the Passover will always come in the month of April. That's why now we have Easter falling like in March, April. And they call Easter Sunday the Passover. So on the Passover was still into the month of April, which is the month of Abib. And April is the first month of the year. And if you have to see how people plan food, the best time to plan food is during the time of March, April. Okay? Well, actually, April. Because even right here, March, it's cold. Look, it's April and it's still cold. But this is the right time to plant food. You'll find the food grow big and nice. Okay, April. You can't go plant no food in a January and say January. January everything, the rim cycle for January, it's not real. This is why even at the Chinese, the African Orthodox and them, go watch them calendar different to the European calendar. So most people under European ideology, European state of thinking, and they still want to believe that they're on the real source. So let's go back to Genesis, the 49th chapter. So as we read on, you know why Jacob called his sons. Because his sons was out of order. Then Jacob had a young woman. I think her name was Rebecca. And we're going to get into it. I'm going to explain it, then we're going to go into the reading. Okay? So he ended up having Benjamin, Joseph. He ended up having Joseph because Jacob had 2 sons. Out of his 12 sons, there were 2 sons of his that he loved the most. Was Joseph and Benjamin. Joseph and Benjamin. Out of the whole 12. Out of the 12 boys he had, he loved only 2 compassionately because these was of righteousness. I don't mean he did hate his other sons, but his other sons, look what they did to Jacob. Look what they did to Jacob when they took Joseph and sold him into captivity and went back to the father and tell the father a wild beast in him. They were wicked. That have nothing to do with January, February, March, April, May, June, July, 2 fish, and all of that. Fire for that. Nothing like that. They were normal people, okay? Like you have a bunch of children and some of your children is very disrespectful, violate you. And the same thing that the brother did, people are doing it right now because they got fathers that sleeps with their sons' wives and sons who sleeps with their father's wives. It's still going on right there. So that's what only what happened. And Jacob called his 12 sons to tell them about their judgment, tell them about what to happen, what's going to happen to them, what they're going to face. Because they have done a whole lot. They have done so much. They done sold one of their brothers in captivity. They done sold one of their brothers as a slave in captivity and go to the farmer and lie to the farmer. Say about a wild wolf eat him, a wild mountain lion eat him, and kill one of the ships. One of out of the cattle, take one of them and kill them and radish it up and bring all the they say oh Joseph go to protect it and the wild thing eat them and they brought all his rags of clothes, they rub it up in blood and all that, and the father never believed them. And then the next thing when they knew, they hurt the father for many years. The father was not dealing with him. The father knew they were wicked. And that's why a lot of them, Simeon, Levi, all of them are still wicked. He shall kill with pure voodoo. Yes, yeah, and no disrespect to them, but they are the high priest. Levi is considered the high priest in that 12, these 12 sons of Jacob. And imagine that. Most people don't even understand the blessings of Jacob because it's not all of Jacob's 12 sons actually fulfill the covenant. It's not all of 12 because Joseph now went and had 2 children in Egypt and brought them to his father. And the father blessed them. You got to watch the blessings. Jacob's blessing. And who is the one to continue the blessings of Jacob? But Ismael, not Israel, the Hebrew people. We are the people that continue the blessings of Jacob on the generation of Jacob. Because from Jacob now, remember, Israel was never born. Remember, Jacob was his name was Jacob. No, hold up. First, you got to watch. I want to talk and I want to talk with facts. I don't want to just jump around. So we're going to go in the Bible just now. But unto the 12 sons of Jacob, it is not all of them. It's not the whole 12 that make the covenant of the Most High. Because 2 of them defile their fathers. And when they sold their brother in captivity, their brother ended up becomes king of Egypt. Or prince of Egypt, sorry. He becomes prince of Egypt. By he becomes in prince of Egypt, right into the farming time, that's when he put these pieces of gold in his brother's bag and hold one of them and to see if the brothers would have changed. And he hold the other brother that the father loved the most. He hold Benjamin. And the brother said, no, you can't hold Benjamin. If you hold Benjamin, my father will surely die. You can't hold Benjamin. Take me. Simon said, take me. They take me, but don't take Benjamin because my father already lose his heart, which was Joseph. Okay? So the first becomes the last becomes the first. I did. So Reuben defiled his father, yeah, but Reuben doesn't represent April. Reuben is a child that just defiled his father. That's what he is. He doesn't go under no month. He don't go under no month. Yeah, he could have born the firstborn, but he could have born a different time. He could have born January, February, March, April, May, June, July. He could have born any of that time. Not because it's his firstborn to say, well, oh, that was his firstborn, and here comes the first day of the first month is the month of Abib. So since Jacob had the firstborn and April is the firstborn, means Jacob firstborn, which is the month of Abib. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's the human being's interpretation upon things. That's not how it goes. Because look, Joseph's children, his two sons that he had in Egypt, get the blessings of Jacob, and they're the one who actually fulfill the 12 the 12 tribes. Yeah, Jacob had 12 sons. But go check it out. Go check it out. Jacob had 12 sons. But what about Joseph's two sons? His two young sons that he had in Egypt, when he brought them to his father, and what the blessings that was poured upon them. No one don't talk about that. And as we go in the blessings of Jacob, because it's the blessings of Jacob that fall on Bani Israel. Okay? It's the blessings of our forefathers that is falling on us. Okay? So Jacob did what he had to do, but even with his sons within his own home, they had problems. His children was fighting against him. His wives was fighting against him. They never get along. Women, they didn't get along. Jacob's wives used to bruise his head. But when he met that sister, which was younger than his wives, she was humble. She brought peace to him. And she showed love. And she put the others in order. So we got to understand that part. Second of all, I would like to say, there's people who fight against the Bible because they doesn't understand the Bible. And like I said, people wants to read the Bible like a storybook. There's no way you can read the Bible like a storybook. Because what's going to happen is, I just start to read from Genesis, you're going to find out you're going in one thing to the next. That actually doesn't go together. So you got to actually search within here, back and forth, like it's about past, present, and future when you're reading the Bible. So you're going back and forth, you're in between, because certain verses will send you here. Like you could read something in Deuteronomy, and you will find the rest of it in Romans. The most definite intellect to know exactly what's going on. You will find it in Romans, and you will be like, yo, I was in Deuteronomy. Why I have to go to Romans to find it? Because the continuation of that stuff is not in Deuteronomy, but it's in the book of Romans, because and that's how the Bible flows. So you can't just say you're going to read the Bible, open it like a novel and read it. So, okay. So I hope you guys understand that no man cannot seek the treasures of the Most High if he's not selected and elected. Okay, you gotta be selected. And they say I explained this thing, like I said to you, I've been speaking to you for years now. Even with Rastafari, okay, everybody has some type of, I wouldn't even like to say overstanding, some type of understanding about things that really they don't know about. Because I listen to a lot of people talk when they talk. And there's a whole, it goes around, going in circles, going in circles. going in circles. I don't go in circles. I don't go in circles. Where's the Bible, man? You ready? Where's that? I don't go in circles. So I knows this. The Most High God has a group of people that is selected and elected. I don't care what nobody say. Many are called, few is chosen. I don't care race, Muslim, Hindu, Buddhist, whatever you are. If you don't follow this order, you're kaput. If I don't follow this order, I'm kaput. There's only one order of righteousness. Okay? I've explained to you all about the Bible many times. And even my Lord has says, those that take off and add it, there's great judgment unto them. We know men temper with the word of God. We knows that. But we also know that our Creator is all-powerful. And when you render your heart to Him, your mind, soul, and body to Him, He allow your conscience to guide you. A lot of people don't never believe in the Bible. They're picking and choosing. I don't pick and choose. I allow the Most High God to inspire me. It is not for me to pick and choose. The knowledge is for the Most High. You see, my hands look red, right? The knowledge is for the Most High to inspire me and guide me. Or people have their own state of mind, what they want to say, but you can't just say things because you have a mouth. Things got to be proven. Or there's one God. God is not a God of confusion. The Most High has many prophets. Most High has many prophets. They're all coming from the Most High. One is not coming from a Most High from the left wing, and another one coming from the Most High from the right wing, and another one coming from the Most High from the back wing. No, there's one God, and all the prophets comes from this one Most High. Inspire them and bring them forth. Now, they say Christ changed. People doesn't understand your shower. And I like to say your shower. I don't like to say the Christ because there were many Christs who walk on the face of the earth. Christopher Columbus had one of his slave thing called the Christ. No, not Christopher. One of the slave ships that was bringing slaves was actually Christopher Columbus because he come find the Indians. He didn't discover nothing, but he played a little role of in the islands bringing slaves and stuff like that. So, all right. The thing about speaking about the Most High and being knowledgeable upon the right things to say, and not of your own state of mind upon your guess, upon what you think or what you believe. What you believe, what you think has nothing to do with God. Because it's not about you. It's not about your thinking. It's about if you believe or you don't believe. The fact is how much work you're going to do on the righteous path or how much work you're going to do on the negative path. That's what it's about. You get to choose a left or right. It's up to you. No one is forcing you. I know the people that has give their lives to the Most High. The way they talk is differently. The way they act is differently. They doesn't go on their own concept. No man cannot lie on his own concept to say he's 100%. But when you have a higher power who guides you, you don't question yourself. You knows. Now, like I said, I never said, a lot of people say Selassie is God. They want to say Selassie is God in the flesh. They could say that. People want to say Muhammad is God, they could say that. If they want to say Christ is God, they could say that. See, everybody's saying something. Everybody's affiliating something with something to say this is God. Okay? When God explained to you, He says, I am none else but what He is. He's before and none after. He said, any that come is what I sent forth. So even Heshus Jesus is not God, but he was sent by the Most High. People are worshiping him as God. Even Heshus Jesus told y'all, he himself worshiped the same creator that you worship, he worshiped him. But people go as far and say Christ is God, the Almighty God. Now, when you say that, you're doing blasphemy. That's blasphemy. Because I surely know that in the time when the Virgin Mary or the Mary and Joseph, all that story was going on here, that was Jesus, your shower. That was not God. That was the work of the Most High. That was the power that dwelt within that womb of the Most High. But that wasn't God. God was not inside of the Virgin Mary, um, Mary's stomach. Okay. Now, people get easy to get tricked. I am one who's not that gonna let people get into my head and trick me. That means if y'all trick my foreparents before me, y'all ain't tricking me. Y'all ain't gonna trick me. I have enough sense that the Most High gives me to overstand this thing. You're not gonna trick me with the hocus pocus. Okay, like some of the people who talk about the Holy Ghost, you're not gonna around me with that. I'm not dealing with no duppy, so you're not bringing no ghosts around me, and you're not casting no spells around me. Okay, we don't know. So people gotta know and understand the factor. God is God, and God is not a God of confusion. God does not need you or me or anybody. God is God all day. Okay? God does not need to make me out of crab or whatever to represent me to say I am that. I am what God created, and in that day, God, the Most High God created me. I was perfect. He didn't have to create me and then go create a goat and align me with the goat to say, okay, the goat it is my image of my energy and my force. No. God created me after his kind, and then he saw that what his creation was good, and he blessed it. And there's no way that I see where God created evil. No way in that Bible that I'm reading that. There's no way where God tell you he created evil. I don't read that. No way. No way in scripture where I could open the book of Genesis and say, okay, and God created evil. And say, all what I'm hearing is good, 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 good. After it kind, and his kind, and their kind, and he blessed it, sanctified, and it was good. There's no way I see no evil was created, but evil come out from somewhere, right? They need to try to tell the world where evil come out. Okay? So let's stick to we up into Genesis 49th chapter, letting you know Jacob had 12 children, actually 13 children, always been saying it. And Reuben was the firstborn for Jacob, and Reuben was just a name Jacob gave his son. Like he had other children, he gave them names. That had nothing to do with uh um under the months. So you cannot take Reuben and say Reuben is April. Did you know what month Reuben born? Or is because you heard that Reuben was Jacob's firstborn. And then you know April is the first month of the year, so you affiliate Reuben and April and figure that both of them are the firstborn. You can't do that. You know how you get by that. So let's push that on the side. Now, people, I want us to go to Isaiah. Now, the feeling I go for the next thing, the confusion, is there are many books and there are a lot of commandments. Most people only hold 10 commandments. These 10 commandments that they gave you, if I recall, I think it was 144 commandments. If I'm not too sure. If I'm wrong, guys, let me know, but I know it's not 10 commandments. I know that. But the 10 commandments that they gave you is thou shalt not steal. But at the same time, you are the stranger robbing you, right? They rob you for your riches, right? Your wealth and all that, and they tell you shouldn't steal, right? All right. I do believe that it's true. One should not steal, but one should not make excuses to do evil. Okay? So when you have does not been blessed and does not understand the nature of the parables of God, and you as a natural man think that you could unfold these parables onto your liking, how you want to set it, you ain't going to get it right. Because I know it's also saying that if the God, my Lord is a just Lord, and He even tells you if you have a cow in your yard and your cow leave your yard and come into my vineyard and eat up my stuff, you have to pay me for what your cow eat. And if you didn't have money whenever you kill that cow, you're supposed to send meat for me. So there's a just on everything that my Lord has created. There's a just a balance onto everything. Now, should not steal. No, you should not steal. You should more try to ask instead of stealing. When you steal, you're using a part of cockiness, bullyism, rudeness, and other place. Because this thing, it's not your own. Now you could be hungry and you're dying for hunger. That ain't got nothing to do with this person. If that person is not a person that is sincere, if that person is not a gracious person, that person only watching, you eating my stuff and I gotta sell my stuff. Why you coming and eat my stuff? But if I am gracious and my Lord has allowed me to accept grace and eat grace, when I see what you stealing and see food, with that gracious heart, I might even give you a job. Because you're going to be trying to rob my money. You're going to be trying to take my life. But you didn't do that. You try to get a piece of food. It is me that able to look unto my brother and see my brother's need. And say, whoa, he could have robbed someone and killed him for money. But he's trying to get food. Even though stealing is wrong. But how would you stop? You help. Only when you're gracious. Only when you're gracious. But if you're not gracious, the first thing you want is look at the guys and be like, oh, the hell is wrong with you? You thief. You'll beat him to death. You'll beat him. That's what most I say. If your brother is hungry, would you feed him a stone instead? So you would beat your brother up because you believe that your brother is a thief because he's trying to get something to eat. Not being gracious enough to look to see your brother is hungry. You should feed your brother. And even try to give him a job so probably he could work and he doesn't have to steal anymore. This, every action is a reaction. This is why there's rightful judgment. But if the man is a thief, well, he's not a thief, but he stole food to eat to survive, and you catch him, and you're gonna beat him up, you're gonna tie him up and burn him up. You're wicked. You're evil. So it's an overstanding. I brought the concept to you with the king that the two women had the baby. One of them baby died. She rolled over her baby and killed her baby. And then she got up early in the morning and take the other woman baby and put the dead baby beside the other woman. And I think it was King Saul. And they brought that baby to King Saul, if I recall. And he was a wise king. The woman that knew that she was not the mother for that child, she didn't care what happened to the child. She didn't care if she didn't get the child. None of them didn't get the child. That's why when the king asks, they're bickering over the baby, the king said, pass me my sword. And I will slice that baby in half and give each of them half. The the mother for the child didn't want that to happen. She said, sire, let her have the baby. The one that is not the mother for the child agreed. She was, what you gonna do with a half a baby? So with knowledge and with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, my Lord will allow you to justify things in order, the right way. Just like taking the scriptures and reading and getting anything that is knowledgeable from the scripture, you have to ask the Most High guide unto that because your knowledge that you get, your interpretation could be wrong. Because like I said, it has nothing to do with the boy's name and the month. Has nothing to do with that. But people will align that and affiliate that together and say, well, Reuben was the first month and April is the first month. So since Reuben defiled his father and go unto one of his father's women, like I said, his father's women, they were like crazy. They did a lot of stupid stuff too. They had ways of harlots. That's why Jacob knew when he got a good woman. And she gave him good children. So sometimes you pick a woman, you have children, and the children she give you is bad children. And children is bad. People say, Roy, what do you mean bad children? Yeah, there are people that are just bad. They're old and bad, and their offspring will be bad. The apple don't fall too far from the tree. So let's go back to this particular thing here. So I clarified this thing for y'all guys, where with the with Reuben being the firstborn of Jacob and the month of Abib, the month of Abib, which is April month, which is my month, which is the first month. Reuben and Abib ain't got nothing to do with that. It's two different things. The name is a name. Okay? Right. No one cannot prove to me what month Reuben born. They can't. And his father, it could have been February when his father got him, but he's the first born for the father, first child, my first son born in March. He's a Pisces. I have two sons that are Pisces. So you gotta know what you're saying. So we're gonna move on. I put that to rest. That's burying that's not even a shallow grave. That we put that actually 6 foot deep. We bury that, as if y'all overstand that. Give me some fire if y'all overstand that. So do not let people tell you about, oh, this under the fish under that under this under that. That has nothing to do with that. If you're watching what's this people, the psychic people and these people, what they call this horoscope people, they put these things, Chinese people, and they read your horoscope and add this and that. And the Most High warned us for this. The Most High said, be careful of the people who read the stars and tell you about your fortune. So again, you don't get lost, because now you believe these people tell you that you're a Scorpio. You believe they tell you you were this. You believe they tell you you were that. You believe they tell you you were this. And all of them giving you a different something. And you went that so far that you misunderstood that the name of the child has nothing to do with the month. What the months. You know, a lot of people name the children, most people don't even name their children names that is of their tribal heritage. They name the child, if the child condemned, well, yeah, that has a little thing to do with it, because if you're naming your child Jesus and all kind of name, or that it will cause a problem. So let's keep it real, 100. Well, let's keep it 100. Let's understand the scripture and don't just call things out of our head. Reuben is Reuben, and Abib is the month, the first month of the year, and that's when actually every year they will collect taxes in the month of Abib. Right here we have April as the January, March, the fourth month, okay, and they collect taxes in the fourth month, and April is to me is the beginning, not just to me, but as the scripture says. So we bury that. Now I want to pick up another thing here. So Revelation, you cannot go around and pick and choose in this thing here. If you do not understand Revelation, you will never understand. If you don't understand, and there's many parts in the Bible where the Most High is saying, "This day I begotten my son, whom that I dwell, whom that I love." But what people do not understand, that the Most High God do not have sons nor daughters. He has creation. So this is the next thing again what people need to understand. Stop saying that God is your father. Your father is an earthly physical person. God is your creator. He's not your dad. Okay, he's your creator, he's your master, he's your life giver, he's everything for you, your creator. Father is different. Father, that's what we do on earth. We X and Y chromosome becomes fathers of physical children. That's what we do. Most High God is our creator, he's our master, he's higher than a father. We got people that say they're fathers and they don't even take the role of father, because father don't mean having children. And I'll tell you this, if I have any child, man, the next thing I learned in growing up too, is not every child is your child, man, even though it came out your back or from the woman. It's not every child, because if you have a child and the child is very rebellious, if you have a child fighting against you, if you have a child, the child is not on the principles that of the Most High that you bring into that child is a demon. And even though it's your child, because most times your own children kill you. Most time your own child kill you. Your child grew up, you take care of that child. That child grew up to be a big man, big woman, and turn around and kill you. They didn't even give you thanks. So I see animals the way they deal with the offsprings, bro. Sometimes I see the eagle feed another little eagle, the owl feed another little owl to the other bigger one. Somebody got to survive, and he don't care. He take this one and kill this one and feed this one here, and then he eat. So life, if you really have to understand the way things unfold within nature, and you becomes a savage when you do not really understand the principles of her. Okay, that's why they put you on a higher domain, on a higher plateau, put us on a higher plateau, so we could able to see this thing out, fix it, and work and go through it. All right, so I don't want the misunderstanding. If people cannot prove things to scripture, then they should not be talking. If you can, you're gonna you doubt. You're doubtful first. You don't accept that, but you accept that. You don't accept this, but you accept that. Like I said, the laws of Moses. The laws of Moses actually really came out within the laws of the Nazarite. After the laws of the Nazarite came the laws of Moses, and they actually come a little similar. Means an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. No razor come upon thy face. You can't put no razor, no razor, not cutting your beard and doing all that. This is the laws of a Nazarite. If you take the vow of a Nazarite, then you're gonna do the things of a Nazarite. You're not gonna drink wine. You're not gonna drink liquor. You're not gonna eat grapes. You're not gonna none of these things. These are things in Nazarite. They don't eat meat. They don't do that. They don't eat fire food. They don't cook food. They don't boil food. They don't boil hot water. A Nazarite is different from any other person that's on the face of the earth, because they do not partake, use fire and stuff like that. We're living in a different climate. We have all different seasons and stuff. So people gotta over this thing, getting the knowledge the right way. So we deal with the Genesis 49th chapter, and we get to overs that one of the key things that I brought to y'all is not all of Jacob 12 sons made the 12 tribes, because why? Uh Joseph was born in Egypt. Joseph had two sons in Egypt. Joseph went back to Canaan, where the father resides with these two children, and they were blessed, and they fulfill two of the brothers' places, and make the house of Jacob stronger because of Joseph. Okay, Joseph actually. So it's not even with the brother. He said that the father bed. Abib and the one that got to his father's bed.
Reuben.
Reuben. Reuben ain't got nothing to do with that. So if you really check it out, it's not even um the Reuben. Reuben, his father already told him what was going to happen. And although he's not gonna actually sit where he's supposed to sit. This is why Jacob, two of Joseph's sons, take the place of Reuben. Reuben and I think it's Levi. Levi bow, either Levi or one of them. Simeon, one of them, they bow. They end up doing other stuff. Levi was to be as a high priest and healing people and doing stuff like that. Levi turned to do witchcraft and obeah and science and all that stuff. So even Levi himself was moved out of his right place. Levi, he can't control nothing no more. Levi only doing evil. Levi only doing witchcraft. Levi only casting spells on people. Levi only doing all type of stuff. So Joseph two sons actually fulfilled the sits of Levi and the one I mentioned that defiles his father's bed. Reuben. So that's how the covenant of Israel was born. After Joseph had his two sons, then actually the rim of Jacob's children was sealed, and so God blessed them again and said, so now the blessings, it's not because of Jacob, it's because of Jacob, but it's the blessings going to go unto his generation. And who's going to inherit the generation of Jacob? The Hebrew people, which is Ban Ismail. Not the Jewish people, but us, Hebrew people. Again, not Jewish people, but again, Hebrew people. Now, if you gotta ask Jewish people, are you the Hebrew people? They'll tell you, no, I am Israeli. Israeli is something that just formed under the lines, the time when the people came from where I told you they came from the Caucasus Mountains, came down, didn't have no place to go. They resident in Palestine there, and so they grew. The real Jews go back, the real Hebrew people are not into the land. They're scattered. And as you read in that same what Jacob is telling his sons, what will happen to them. He says, and your guys going to be scattered upon the face of the earth. Your guys, for the nonsense that you'll did and how you'll treat your father, this is what's going to happen to you, this is what's going to happen to you, this is what's going to happen to you. And so we are desolate upon the face of the earth. The Most High people is scattered upon the face of the earth. North, south, east, and west, we are scattered. But we shall come home, because the Most High said, and the Hebrew people, the Israelite people, shall get ready. They shall come together and form and get ready to go back home under the order of Yah. Okay, so I just want to run into Isaiah a minute. Isaiah, let me see. I gotta get some glasses. I keep saying it, but I don't. Okay, we want to go. Isaiah 14. In the chapter, Isaiah 14, verse 21 is 14. Is that something good here? This thing's playing game in my eyes. Is it Isaiah 14? Up on Isaiah -6. No, it's Isaiah 14. Okay, unto the let me see it again. Unto the Isaiah 14. That's what it is. We're gonna read Isaiah 14. A Deutsch moment. Isaiah 14 says, for the Lord will have mercy. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. I can't see. You read it for me. This thing messed my eye. The part 14. 14. Now guys, I need you all to listen to this, okay? Anytime I'm reading anything black and white, I see they dancing to me. Like, they playing games. And I need glasses. You know, my work that I have done, it is not bad eyesight that I have. You know, what happened, I used to do a little welding. I used to do painting. And throughout the years, the tin and all them things flying in my eye. That's what it is. I had a whole lot of damage go in my eye, even welding. You know, and scraping the irons and a little piece of irons flying within the glass when you hit you in the eye. So I had a lot of eye problems, and I think now that's why I didn't stay too long in this welding and all that. I couldn't do that work. I tried, but it's not for me. The flashes mess my eye up. Anytime I see that flash, my eye just start itching, it swells up. A good thing. If I had stayed to that job 1 more month, I would be blind. But God is great. He delivered me. Yeah, let's go Isaiah 40. One of the reasons that I bring in that scripture, this is why a lot of people they talk, but they would not go within the scripture. Like I said before, you could just jump to Genesis 49 chapter. You would have to read the first Genesis and fulfill and see all the things. And people just like to jump. That's why I say, if you only jump here, that's only what you're blessed for the fire, for the flames. I appreciate it. Yes, real talk. You know, you got to learn to move within the Bible, because what? You jump to Genesis, the 49th chapter, and you read this little paragraph. I think the paragraph goes from 3 to what? All right, the whole of, I think, okay, the 49th chapter, hand down. When you read the 49th chapter, hand down, it's just giving you this little thing right here. But what about before that? What about, as you read from Genesis 1, in the beginning when God created and doing all that, coloring the animals and all that, and seeing when Adam and Eve first seen and we going on. Then after, before that, you could see where that is coming from, because Jacob 12 sons been wicked. The first thing they did before when Most High God tells Jacob to move to the land of Canaan, where that land becomes a burial ground for all the kings and queens, the children of Israel, the Hebrew children. When they died was to bury them before, that becomes our burial ground. We went over there, and the king that was over there pretended that he was a nice king. Okay? And that king after tried to show us love, but he was tricky. He was good, but his sons was wicked. What he did was on the outskirts of the part where he tell us we could reside at. We wanted to know what we could do to actually do for ourselves. We didn't want the king just like giving us stuff. We wanted to see what we could do. That king said to Jacob, take that pot over there and whatever you could do over there and you bring it in, it will be good and you will be able to make business. And one of the first things Jacob saw over there was salt. He started selling salt, sea salt. So he would get the salt. God opened the way because at first the people wasn't using no salt. They didn't even know nothing about salt. They didn't know nothing about salt. They would just cook their food or whatever, how he was doing it, regular way. After Jacob resided in the land of Canaan for a while, the part where that king had told him that he could stay with his sons and his people and his cows, his goats, his cattle, and all these things, the part where they gave them, they really had nothing there. But only thing what Jacob saw was the sea, and the sea made salt. So now they started had a business with salt, where they started using salt, and they start taking salt. And salt make them very rich. Then that's when the king said, "Yo, you know you blessed. I like you." But what the king did, one of his sons, the king had sons too, and his son raped the daughter of Jacob, which is Jacob had 13 children. So his 12 sons and one girl. The king's son raped Jacob's daughter. And when the sons get to find out what happened to the sister, they told the father, and the father said, "No, do not do anything." The father said, "Please do not take this into your hands. If the Lord sent us over here and we came out from nothing and we came here and then look what's going on. Hold on a minute." The sons never listened to the father. You know what they did? They went and they slayed the king and his sons and they burned that place down. And so one of the first curses fall on the sons of Jacob. These sons, they was rebellious. They never listened to their dad. Their father used to speak to them. They never listened. Okay, so all that time they had a whole abominable things doing, and the father was watching them, and the father knew that was from their moms, their mother. The father knew that was from their wicked mother, and it go on and on and on until they start defiling the father. One of them starts sleeping with the father's woman, and like I said, that woman was not a woman that was from out. That was one of his brother's mother he was sleeping with. Okay? And the father had chased him because the brothers, after a while, the brothers went and go look for him. And they find him somewhere in the city. And he's saying that he asked him about his father. And he asked him, "You think Dad forgive me?" And then they brought him home. And Jacob did forgive his sons. Okay? But what they not giving you the whole stuff over there. But like I said, under the punishment of disrespecting the father and Lorraine bringing the father down to shame, these two was removed out of the covenant, and so Joseph becomes the one that will replace the two that was removed by his sons, taking the seats of them two and making the alliance. Okay, so now we in Isaiah 14. And why I bring Isaiah 14? For the Lord has known the abomination of the fathers of these abominations that done great abomination upon the face of the earth. Those who fathers has forsake my Lord by being adulterous, blasphemy, all of the above, every commandment my Lord told them, they disobey. And what they did, they filled the face of the earth with cities and tall buildings, and we know they work. So we gonna touch there, and we gonna see what the Most High said about them, because this Lord said, cut them off, stop them from doing what they're doing to Mother's earth. They're concreting her body up, and they're just loading, making cities in her, causing a great pain. Read on Isaiah 14 on that, and I will work it for you guys. Praise the Lord.
For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
Stop. Speak a little louder. Now, there are many scriptures where I could show you where the Lord is keep mentioning Jacob. He mentioned about Jacob in, I think it's Romans 28. He mentioned about um, who he got love for Jacob in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7. It mentioned again, the Most High is proclaiming a group of people, not a group of people, a certain amount of people that is elected and selected by and anointed by Himself and His angels. And while people believe that paradise is for everybody, and a lot of people doing a lot of sins and abomination and believe they'll get away with it. So we will go and I will touch 3 books with you all. Actually, I done do Genesis 49 already. Now I'm into Isaiah 14. That's another book. So we're going to do 4 books, and you're gonna over. So read on, read a little louder so they could hear you.
For the for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob,
For the Lord will do what? Have mercy unto Jacob. Read on.
and will yet choose Israel.
And yet will choose Israel. So remember the covenant, right? Remember I spoke about the covenant. The covenant. Remember I told you that all the people that has been obedient. Abraham was another one that was obedient to the Most High. So Abraham, all nations of the earth came out from Abraham. Abraham descent. Abraham, the world is blessed. So the Arabs are blessed, the Africans are blessed. Every nation upon the face of the earth is blessed by the Almighty. A blessed, okay? But the blessings is getting short. But Jacob's blessing continually throughout his generation. It's done. It will never be removed. Read on.
And set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them.
Okay, so we know that. So out of the seed of Jacob, we know that there's a blessings. The offsprings of Jacob means Jacob's children that populate the earth. Again, because remember from Abraham that had the flood, right? And then so it had to start back all over. Okay, so here comes Jacob now, right? Okay, here comes Jacob, which Jacob was before Abraham. So here comes Jacob, and this is um from the seeds of Adam and Eve going down becomes these people that's coming down after that. That's the generation, Adam and Eve generation begot Jacob people and all that. So we with Jacob tribe, right? Let's go. So we know that God loved Jacob and he made a oath with Jacob. He also made that same oath with Abraham. He tells Abraham that children will inherit the earth. But he turns around to Jacob now and gives the same blessing to Jacob. The same blessings he gave to Abraham, he turns and gives it to Jacob now. Now he tells Jacob this. He tells Jacob that your blessings gonna go throughout your inheritance, your heritage, your 4 generations, throughout your lifetime. Your generation gonna inherit the earth. Read on. Your inheritance, which is us. Read on.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Now there's a stranger that's going to dwell with us. That's going to cleave unto the house of Jacob. Remember, Jacob is the capital, the foundation of Israel. Why? Because it's out of Jacob, Joseph born, and Joseph got the redeemed because of his 2 sons that he had in Egypt. Comes back and got the redeemed. Make the 12 sons of the 12 sons of Jacob to sit back on the throne as born Israel, which is the Hebrew people, right? Not okay. So go on. So we know a stranger we're gonna have a stranger with us. We want to know who's the stranger. Go ahead, read on.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
And the people shall take them and bring them into the place. Read on.
And the house of Israel shall pose them in it.
And the house of Israel shall pose them in it. That means we shall own them. We shall have privilege over them. We shall have power over them. They will serve us. Read on.
In the land for the servant and handmaids.
In the land of the servants and the handmaid. I don't explain that to you. People that believe that Though watch whatever we as copper skinned people going through on the face of this earth, oppression, depression, whatever, racist or whatever, all this, Most High gonna deal with all this. Our day will come, and it's not just saying it. Patience is a virtue. Some of us will be in the grave, and some of us will be in the land of the living, and some of us will never die. But we will see that the word of the God of our Lord comes to pass. Read on. We will have. They will serve us. Read on.
And they shall take them captives,
And we shall take them captive. Why are we taking them captive? Read on.
whose captive they were,
Read whose captive they were. So the reason why we're taking them captive because we were their slaves. They put us as slaves. They should know who we were. But they put us as slaves because at that time we becomes adulterers to our Lord. We start serving other gods. So God calls us to fall. Most High fall. The Most High allow us to fall. Allow our enemies to rule over us. Allow our back to go against the wall because we are abomination to our own self. We are hoes and harlots. We choose other gods. Read on.
whose captive they were, and they shall rule over their
Okay.
oppressors.
So we shall rule over our oppressors. That's what they don't want you to know. That's what they don't want to tell you. They want you to make it look like. So they got to do all the things that they're doing. They have to create all these illusions. They have to do all these stuff they're doing because they're permissible to do that. Because as the prophecy unfold, these things got to come out. So it's not a make believe actually wars and rumors of wars. So when I was a young boy, which was over how many years ago? 56 years ago, there was wars and rumors of wars. But now it's unfolding. Not just now it's been unfolding, but as the prophecy unfold, so those with eyes will see. Let's go read on.
And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest.
Of course, you'll not have to work no more. It will come a time into your life you don't have to worry about paying rent no more. You don't have to worry about getting up and going to work, working like a mule, and you dying like a dog. You ain't got nothing. You becomes actually a workaholic. They got you. The system got you. You doing all of this for nothing. Most times says, of course, it's is beautiful for a man to work, but if the man is working for a man, make sure that man is working for could pay that man the right wages so that man actually could take care of himself. We live in a society that kills you with work and don't pay you enough wages that you could take care of yourself, that you could go do your own business and don't have to attach yourself to a systematic system that will drain you. So of course, in that day we will get rest. The Lord will make sure that we get rest. The earth will be so to what it used to be, providing. Mother Earth will be providing the way it used to provide. When you eat the apple, you can eat a whole apple. When you eat it, I was a young boy and I remember eating a mango this big. Now I don't even see mangoes this big. Okay, unless the ones that the scientists makes in the lab. Okay, read on.
Um, from their sorrows and from their fear,
Of
and
course.
from
Read on. Go.
and from the hard bondage.
Of course, look, over 400 years, right? We've been going through this. We're talking about it. Hard bondage, man. You know how much black men have to work, man. Some of them have to get 2 jobs, 3 jobs, just to keep food and a roof over their house, over their head. There's a lot of things we go through. So they will come, God will, most I will take away all that away. We ain't gonna have to deal with this. We ain't gonna have to deal with none of this headaches, none of this, all of this colonial system business. We ain't gonna have to deal with that. God, most I gonna do away with that. You know?
We're in thy vast made to serve.
Yeah, so we're gonna go back in order the way that God had created us to serve Him and only Him, and not wealth and not diamonds and not materialistic things, not vanity. Okay, not vanity. So of course, Most High will do that. We'll put that back in order. No more sin, no more lies, no more fornication, no more abomination, no more that. So at that time there'll be the you gonna be back to your natural self, okay, to your spirit self, your soul life being self, you know.
That thou shalt take up their proverb against the king of Babylon, and say how have the oppressor ceased?
So now we gonna show them. See what we've been trying to show them over 400 years, the way they treating us, killing us, murdering us. You know, they discriminating us, and we trying to show them, the media, the whole world, what they're doing to us, and they pretending like they ain't seeing it. They don't know. They don't want to hear about it. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to face it. They're throwing it behind the curtain. You know, they're acting. But in that day, we shall definitely, most high, taking counsels against the whole department, the kings, the queens, the leaders of the earth. They're gonna have to answer on the things that they do unto the creation of the Most High, unto those that was proclaiming the Most High name, and those that they kill, unto glorifying the name of the Most High. They will persecute us, but they will be persecuted too. Read on.
The Lord had broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the ruler.
Yeah, no more rulership, no more all of these lies and all of these fornication and all of these type of things that they bring into the media society and all that. No more that. No more lies. No more Hollywood. What? No more $80 million car. No more $80 million yacht. No more that. No more nasty little tricky ways you got fulfilling your needs and your lust and your pleasure. No more that. Can't do you. That done. No more. Licky licky sucky sucky. No more that. That done. Yeah. All that. God most I will purify. Fire coming out your butthole and your private parts. No more that. Judgment is upon you with all the filth. Read on.
He who smite the people in wrath with a continual stroke, that that he ruled the nations in anger, is prosecuted and none hindered.
Of course, what they do, that's what they do. And the most High, they told us, we're gonna go. I think it's Amos 2 and 3. I think it's Amos 2 and 3. We might do that another time. I'm gonna look it up. In Amos 2 and 3, told you what was happening to you, what was gonna happen to you. In Amos 2 and 3, if y'all think that the Bible is just written and it's not the word of the Most High God, even though man want to temper it, but I told you, when Most High God bless you and you're selected and elected, he doesn't make things difficult, but he makes things easy for you to understand. So in I think in Amos 2 and 3 allow you to know, if I think it's Amos 2 and 3, allow you to know what was going to happen to you. Um, what was going to make you know what was going to happen to you, how you was going to be persecuted, how you was going to be taken away from your home by boat, ships, sold as, because that's what we did. Remember, in one of my vlogs, I spoke about we selling each other for a long time. Caucasian people or European people could not come and just kidnap us and turn us into slaves if they didn't see that was something that we like to do. Remember when I told you that Jacob had his 12 sons, and out of his 12 sons, 11 of his sons sold one of his son as a slave. It was brothers was doing that to brothers. So that is the same thing. When people do not understand our mischief that we done from way before, and we're still doing it, still connected, it still correspond the same thing. Read on.
The whole earth is at rest and it is quiet. They break forth into singing.
Yeah, because when this demon is off the face of the earth, when this demon, this liar, this deceiver, most has done away with it, the earth will rejoice. The birds, the creatures thereof, the ants, the spider, the snake, the rodent, every creature upon the face of the earth will rejoice when this demon has been eliminated by the Most High. Read on. It will be quiet and joyful, quiet, peace, relaxation. Nothing is there to torment it. Read on.
Yeah, the trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fella is come up against us.
See what I'm saying to you? Most I will put peace into the land. These people that believe that this will always be going on, this is a big test going on, bro. There's so much to come. So the Antichrist and them who do their things gotta do what they gotta do, because they have to have the non-believers that believe into the mischief to be believers. And Keep doing the abomination, keep doing the sin, keep doing the things that you like. They trying to get your soul. Or if you're a dumb fool, you want to give away your soul for vanity, for lust, desires, and all this thing. Your eyes are burning your heart or your soul, and you know you have a fleshly desire. Get away from me with that. I know your passion will kill you, and I know who am I, and you know who you are, and I'm not a flesh desire, luscious eyes, wealth person willing to do anything. So move away with that. We don't. I think we're not gonna go all into it because I'm gonna touch another verse. Where we at? I just want you all to know you got to prepare slaughter. That's what it was, right? We reached that prepare slaughter. Okay. Go to where we at? Let me see this. We passed prepare slaughter already, right? Okay. I just want them to hear that. Go back one more into prepare slaughter. I want you all to hear that. Go back again where it says prepare slaughter for the children. You see? You see? Let me get it for you. Okay, so right. Right. Prepare. Listen to that verse right here, guys.
Prepare slaughter for
A
his
little louder.
children.
Say it louder. I want you all to hear it. Listen to this.
Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquities of their fathers.
For what? Iniquities of their fathers. For what? For the iniquities of their father. Means the forefathers hold counsels against us and still holding counsels against us. They have narrated and they call us all names and say we're 3/3 of a human being. They have said we are not human beings, we are animals. So this is nothing new under the sun, moon, and stars. I wanted to bring that verse back. We'll do a continuation on that. Let me go touch one more scripture for y'all guys, and we're gonna bury that there. And if you do not understand scriptures, and you want to talk about that person's name is Reuben, because he was the firstborn, and the month of Abib, which is of the firstborn of the year, of the month, you're going to add the two of them together. One is a person and the other is a thing. Is that right? One is a person, right? And so, anyway, there's more to. Most people don't touch Isaiah. Okay. There is one more scripture I'm going to bring for y'all guys. And Psalms. I'm not going to go in Psalms. I'm going to bring this one scripture. And I wanted to show you something in Zephaniah. Zephaniah also, but we're not going to do Zephaniah. I want to show you this scripture here. What up there, people? Give me a minute. Hey, guys, if y'all just coming in, don't forget to smash the like button. This here is a night of, what you call it, sturdy, Bible sturdy. And I want to show you that I don't just come here, Obadiah. Come here, Obadiah. I don't just come here and talk what I don't know, because most of us prove all things. Next time we'll go into the book of King Solomon, Proverbs, and what is this? We're going to touch some things here because wisdom was given unto King Solomon, great wisdom. I don't find this book. We'll come over there, Revelation. With the Hebrews, no. Corinthians, no. We're going to start doing, what I'm going to start doing is having these little Bible classes. Now, I'm not a scholar. But I thank for being on this planet Earth in that little bit of time that I'm on planet Earth that I think my Lord has gave me enough of a Proverbs, the Proverbs, Psalms. So that's supposed to be back there. Yeah, so my Lord has given me a little bit of insight on the things. And most people, only what you could do is check the Bible codes. You saying things out of your mouth and you're not too sure about it. You know, this is not like a gossip piece of talk where he said, she said. You got to bring that forth. You know, you can't say the old granny story, you know, old grandma story from you're a little boy, you hear they talking about this grandma story and you want to go ahead with this grandma story because grandpa and grandma couldn't really read and write, and it's not even read and write. Grandpa and grandma didn't have no common sense. It's not every old person that in the old days have common sense, you know. They probably didn't have education sense, book sense, but they had common sense. A lot of them didn't have no common sense and they couldn't read and write, so it was more difficult if they had their children to show them anything. They probably could have shown them the natural things like planting food and harvesting corn and wheat and all flour and all these things. Yeah, that's good to know. But they were not able to correspond just only on the white man philosophy, where that was shed from their fathers and their fathers and their fathers and their fathers. But where is their knowledge themselves? Where is the knowledge? I just saw this thing a while ago here, man. Where is their knowledge upon themselves? Where is their own knowledge? They don't have that. They only have upon what mommy they grew up, hear mommy telling them, or what they grew up, hear grandpa telling them, and they just only know that. But for themselves, all their lives, they have never go and try to see what could they find out on their own. They don't know. They have never tried that. I just find this book and I can't find this book now. What's going on? I tell you, I need glasses, you know. I just saw this book. It was like, oh, Romans 9. Hey, hold up here. I just find out. Remember I tell you there are different places. This is Romans 9. 9. Oh, 9 to so Romans. What is it? Chapter 9 down to 13. Chapter 9 down to 13. Well, I want to see Romans 9:28. Romans 9 down to it. All right. Listen, I'm going to want to bust the scripture right here for you. Romans 9:13. Romans 9 down to the 28th verse. One of the next scripture I was looking, guys, I wanted to show you all something. 9:28. There's scriptures that I'm gonna keep this one. I'm trying to get the Deuteronomy for y'all. I saw it a while ago. I had it this by oh, is that it? No. I know when you finish it, I find Deuteronomy because my eyes. Okay. Romans 9. Romans 9:13. Oh, I can't see that. No, I can't see that now. You're good? Read Romans 9:13. This time in I can't see anything. Romans 9. Romans 9. Chapter 9. Down to the 28th verse. Okay, now, one of the next reason that I want you all to know that.
Okay.
That's the ninth chapter.
Only 9 again.
9. Where 28 is. That's it. Is a parable I wanted to show. Sure. All right. Read 20. Read 20. I just want to let's just break down 20 minutes. I wanted them to over something here.
For he will finish the work and cut it short in righteousness, because a short work will be the Lord will be the Lord make upon the earth.
Okay, so it's a little 9, 13, 9. Read the 13th verse. Chapter 9. Chapter 9, down to the 13th verse.
Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of God. The powers that
So
be.
stop. So you hear what I told you guys? When I made the first thing last time, I show you all this, the circle, the square, and the triangle, right? And I tell you everything is from the all, and the earth is the all, representing the all because it's atom, and atom is life, and it's a mother. It gives life, it gives us life, everything that whole life within it, right there. Now, I show you the door. That's like your door in your house that holds four edges to go in and come out. And I told you about that. I told you about the 3 point where it's on the tree, third dimension, fourth dimension. Three and 4 and 3, 7. 7 days God created the earth. He rested 6 days. So 7 days. Rested in the seventh day. All right. When you add up 3 and 7 is 4. Um, three, 3 and 4 is 7. Yeah, 7 days God created the earth. So we gotta watch upon the message that the Lord is telling us. Okay, so if Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, okay, Saturday, if you want to put it like that, that's why people want to go to church on Sunday, but that's not it. How you put if you put sundown, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Friday sundown is the rest day. Friday sundown is the rest day for starts of the Lord's day. So that would be Friday and a sundown to whole day and a Saturday or sundown. That would be the Shabbat for the Lord. But they switched and they give you sun rest day, Sunday. Okay. So all these principles, when we take these principles, it throws us out of the original order that God has set for us. So we will never. So now we under a sun god because as they show you, the head of the saints is a brightness from it. And these are again all teachings that great Egypt, the Hamites, always worship the sun god Ra on um and they're the ones who actually was so powerful with wisdom and knowledge, with that understanding. And as you could see, a lot of the doctrines and teachings you will see on the walls, they always have that sun at the back of the head, like an enlightenment, like an energy force, an energy field, a brilliant person, a saint. You'll see that. So Amara, Amdara, or how I can't pronounce the name exactly how they do, but it means sun god. And these sun god worshippers, they've been worshiping the sun for a very long time. And this is one thing that causes abomination with my creator, because my creator didn't create the sun for men to worship the sun. Okay? So that was abomination. You cannot worship nothing that the Lord create. Not the stars, not the moon, none of that. You only got to accept them as a blessing and as mighty, how mighty your creator is. Alright, so it's an hour. Oh boy, we're not gonna do this too long. I'm gonna cut it off right here. I hope you guys always there. If you Revelation and all these books, they're authentic. They're authentic. And let's not try to divide each other, but let us try to share the knowledge as it is. Let us not put on our own according our own state of mind upon the knowledge and say this is what God said, or let us stop picking and choosing because the Lord, the Most High, send all the prophets, and most people pick. They pick some prophets, they don't pick some. They pick This guy, they don't pick that guy. If they all come with a message from the one and only creator, the message is valid. The message is valid. Anyone, that's why we gotta watch Christ, Antichrist, God, um, good, bad, negative, positive. It's like a balance in everything that you could think about. And most people do not understand that balance. They believe that because there's a left and a right in everything, if you choose the left, it's your choice. You choose what you want. You like chocolate or you like vanilla. You choose, right? Maybe this person like chocolate and maybe this person like vanilla. And they both are ice cream. And a person could relate to their taste. So you relate them to your taste. I relate them to my taste, my experience, and knowing that my Lord is alive. I could see the power of my Creator within His works. When I look at the heavens, when I look at the stars, the moon, when I look at people like myself, when I look at other people, I know that my Lord is real. I have seen men has created a lot of things, and it might be perfect in the eyes of men, but it's not perfect in my eyes, and it's not perfect in the eyes of the Most High, because everything man creates will collapse. Everything man creates will have a problem. But everything my Lord has created is perfect. And that's why I know there's a higher power, because I see the capability of men. And knowing man capability, I cannot put my trust within men, because men will forsake you. But I know that I can put the trust in my Lord, because when I take that time out within myself and divide myself away from the people and find myself in a place of peace and quiet, and I could start relating to the universe with all that living energy that's within it and what's within me, and I start connecting that, and I start catching a feedback, like I place a phone call and waiting on the other end for somebody to pick up, and they finally pick up, and when they pick up, the energy is tremendous, it's excellent. So I would not tell nobody about their knowledge or their faith or their experience, but I'm like the gate watcher, gatekeeper. I'm here seeing when they're putting out what they're putting out upon the confusion with themselves and not getting the knowledge in the perspective order, but they probably get the knowledge from their grandmother or their great grandmother that couldn't do better for themselves. And they didn't go seek for themselves. They're still going with the old folk story business that, is not effective. I mean, you know, everything is ordered. There's a thing called the Bible codes. You could go and check up things in there and actually precise, put it on precise, and then you will know the other books. Like we only have, they give us 66 books. When there's more books than that, they only give you 66 books. But what is a book? We have the book of David. That's a book by itself. We got the Maccabees. That's another book by itself. We have the what do you call it, what the Jews use, Kabbalah. We got the Kabbalah. That's another piece of the Bible. We got the Apocrypha. That's another piece of the Bible, another book. So we have the lost books of Moses. That's not implied with what they put in the Bible for us. Even like in the books of David, you can't even find much of David. You only hear the sounds. Well, Solomon is in there. It's not much of him. Solomon book is this tiny. I mean, Solomon was one that was the one of the wisest and get a lot of the blessings. There are more books, more pages of the book of Solomon, but they don't want to put it up in there. So they have the opportunity to write and send out what they want. But the books are right here. The books are just separated by themselves, but all of them come from the same one book. If you put all of them together, it's about this big. If you put all of them together, they all comes from one. They divided them. Then you have the Dead Sea Scrolls. That's even of all that, and people say, well, this discloses of like Egyptian philosophy. No, that is all within one. But like I said, all the nations divided all these books, and now the Christians have 66 books. Okay, but we know it's 72 sects of the Christian people, the 72 sects of the Christian people. So why is 66 books but the 72 sects? That's why I say it's 140, 100, 140, 144 books. But that's, they don't give you all the books, and we have a part, they have a part, and that's the war and the division between each other. You have your own, I got my own, and we also say serve the one God, Elohim, and then we are going, we fighting against each other's belief and each other's faith about this God, making it difficult that he's serving his God and I'm serving my God, and we are fighting. We having a God fight going on here because your God might be black and my God might be brown and your God might be yellow, and there's a whole God confusion going on with the people that's supposed to serve the one God. The one God, I don't know what they did with it, how many gods they resurrect, but I know God is only one, and the one and only. So again, we gotta be mindful who they praying to. When you hear people are talking and saying some things, you gotta wonder, are they praying to the same Most High that you know that is El Shabbat, Elohim, Adonai? You know, are we praying to that one true, um, ever sure, ever faithful? Are we still praying unto this one God? Because everybody running a different thing here. And it's easy for people to get out of order because they're always following some stuff that has nothing to do with them. You know, be mindful. That's why we adulterous. We stay messing around a lot of other religion. People run down religion and all type of stuff, and they're very confused. They don't know if they're coming, if they're going. You know, they don't know. Right now, people more believe in this earth right here, where they could eat, drink, sleep, and poop, and say this is life. They don't care about nothing else. They're just here like holding space and filling the earth with waste, like swines, you know. So know the scriptures, and do not add onto the scriptures. Do not put your own thing in there and figure that you know it, because you know you gotta get the guidance. And if you don't know something, you could always go and do research. I've been telling you about the book of Jenai. Okay, I've been in the book of Jenai, the book of the beginning. Well, there was I always say there's a war going on in the book of Jenai because things are making and things are being destroyed. Yeah, and confusion in the midst of everything. So I hope you're over this one here. So remember, each of the books, eh, excuse me, each of the books that's in the Bible, they actually holds a order of time and place, and what's to come and what's already happened and what's to come forth. And we mustn't get confused with that. There are things that already happened through the prophecy, and we waiting for everything to happen right then and then. And a lot of things has prophesied. One time Persia was mighty. Persia was very mighty. Most people don't even talk about Persia when Persia was mighty. When Persia was mighty and Persia go to war, the earth shakes. Horses and all that other stuff they had. So every the most High God know what he's doing. We can do things for God. We can do things for the Most High. The Most High is in charge. Even though he allowed the evil forces to be in charge down here, you know, for a period of time. So we cannot allow people to beguile us with wrong doctrines, wrong teachings. We gotta allow you might not believe in the Bible, but the Bible is effective. Like I said, from a child, I know the Bible been prophesizing things. I'm in my 50s, and I see a lot of things. And there's more things to prophesize. Let's hope that I leave at old age and see it, or I might die, and maybe my children might reveal it. We don't know. My mother was here, she gone. My father was here, he gone. His father was here, he gone. We don't know the time or the hour, but we know the time is the countdown is going, and we see the prophecy of the revelation is fulfilling, and we could see the wickedness of the people upon the face of the earth is they're getting colder and colder and colder. So we know the time is near, and we know we can't even tell the seasons. We can't tell the seasons of winter, autumn, and spring, and all that. We can't. So we know something's happening. We see rumors of war, and we see wars are happening. We seen starvations about to happen, hunger and starvations about to happen. We gonna see America don't have no food. I've been saying wars was going on, people dying all over the ends of the earth. But wait, when it reach over here, don't think it's gonna happen in these ends of the earth, and it's not gonna happen here. All right, guys. So I hope that the Most High allow me to reach y'all with certain information and allow y'all to know that the months of the year or the seasons of the year has nothing to do with a man naming his 12 sons names, has nothing to do with the first month of the year. Remember, the first month, the name of the first month, go ask anybody that knows of the ancient and the ways of the ancient will tell you that month is not named April, it's named Abib, okay? Which is the first month, 13 months make a year. So I don't know how they know it's 13 months make a year. No, April is the first month of the year, but look to intertwine April with a man that has 12 children that name one of his children Reuben, and name them different names, and Reuben has to be affiliated with April, with Abib. Abib is Abib. Reuben is Reuben. Abib is a month that God created the cycles of the year and the months and the weeks and the days and the hour and all that day. Most High set up that in order. Okay? So that has nothing to do with that. Abib is Abib and Reuben is Reuben. Reuben was a boy child that was disrespectful to his father, and it was not only him. He had other brothers too. Was very disrespectful unto their father, and that's not even the first time that happened. Because if you all remember Moab, that happened to Moab. That's why the Chinaman, the Japanese man, and all the Oriental people that in the Oriental descent, they got chinky eye because they look unto their father's nakedness. Their father was drinking one day, he was drunk, he was drinking wine. Father fall down in the house and is naked, and Moab go in there and see his father naked, and instead he cover his father, he start laughing at his father. And then one of the other brothers came in there with a piece of cloth, and they wrap around their father and they cover their father's nakedness. So it was said that the father had told Moab that that's another of the tribes going down. This is another, because whatever happened one time in the Bible, it doesn't happen one time. It is a tree thing happened. Or there's a man called Melchizedek. Nobody cannot tell you. You hear all this big Rastaman talk about, say, them are the ones that have the knowledge. Why none of them don't speak about Melchizedek? All the big bubble rest them, all the rest them, the big bubble rest them. I never hear none of them come and say anything about Melchizedek. They only talk about the emperor. Right? No, I don't have nothing against the emperor. I love the emperor. Yeah, but was not who was Melchizedek? Why nobody is not conversating? You all could talk about Marcus Garvey. You're not talking about Melchizedek. You all could talk about your shower. You can't talk about Melchizedek. Go find out who's Melchizedek. I thought he had no mother and father neither. He was just like your shower. So that means your Christ was not the only person upon the face of the earth who born without no mother and father, because Melchizedek didn't have the mother and father. And if somebody could tell me and help me to find out the mother and father of Melchizedek, then I would tip them. Because from a young boy, as a Rastaman, I'm trying to find out if Melchizedek had father and mother. And no Rastaman can never come to me and tell me about, they heard about Melchizedek. They said that was a mystic man. There was a next man. There was Elijah and Elijah. Then another one that had no mother, no father, but he roamed here in the forest. He roamed in the forest. His head was kind of way big, looking kind of children. The last time when children was laughing at him, he called wild wolves to. There's a lot of stories of the Bible that actually is not really has no understanding to us, because sometimes, like I say, there's the original Bible, what they call the Injil. All right, not Injil. And this is the book of truth, and a lot of other books has written copy of that book, because if you have to really get the official Bible where they have in the archives, like they have in Vatican, you will see it is more precise on what it's dealing with, and the words, it's not like the regular Bible they give us. It's more authentic. So there's a lot, half of the story never been told, but a lot of us has been misled by blasphemy and lies and being misled and mistaught. But God is God, and God is my Lord is perfect. And you don't even know there's confusion, but if you're a child of the creation of the Most High and He blesses you, there's no confusion. I will take any questions you'll have right now. We'll continue that. This is long. I don't have a problem, but they have things to do. We'll talk about it. I'll take any questions if you'll have any questions right now. I hope that you'll find this interested. And those of y'all that have anything, any comments, go drop your comments. If y'all believe that what I brought, y'all are interested, y'all could drop a comment for me. Tell me y'all believe, or tell me by y'all been reading and following the scriptures. Did y'all come out with the same type of understanding? Or did you understand what I said? Did you get any form of essence from it? Did you get any type of understanding from it? Did you see any light in it? Let me know, because like I said, it's all through the scriptures. This is not me sitting over here and guessing things out of my head and speaking about my terms. I went into the scriptures, I pulled it out, I read it, I gave you a verse, I let you all know where I see that. Y'all guys could go look at it. One of the scriptures that we read today was Isaiah, the 14th verse. What was it? Isaiah 14, Isaiah 15 onto the 14th verse, or chapter 14. What is that? Then the next one was Genesis, the 49th chapter. I touched that many times with y'all before. Throughout the years, I have touched it with y'all guys, but there was something that I actually heard that I knew that was not effective, and I had to clarify that. And to the people, I am here to guide the people and give what is right unto the people and not to mislead them. And each one teach one. So I saw a brother made a flag, and I'm not gonna mention no names, but that flag, upon what he was saying, he was incorrect on that level here, and I would like him to know that it's not a fight. I'm not trying to give him a fight. I'm not trying to believe that I'm better than him and nothing like that. But this here actually is a misunderstand. He misunderstood that part right there, and each one teach one. So if you do his research, you will see the month of Abib is that same month where they call April, and the name Reuben has nothing to do with that month. Okay, is a father saying Reuben, my firstborn, means your first child. Anybody, the first child that deceived them, that caused them shame, they will say, you, my first child, you, I did believe in you. You, I thought that you would take my name and put my name up here. I thought that you would able to, bring that respect and bring that, that lightness on that name. But you watch what you did. You break down my name. This is what you do to me. This is like a father or mother telling a daughter or son, you break my name. This is what you do. This is what you're doing. So that's the same thing the father was. He put his sons together, and he was checkmating them and telling them upon their deeds what and what that will come and where they will end up and how things will deal with them. So you get a foresight upon them. And parents have this ability to see their children's future. Just like bad company, a parent could tell a child, don't walk with that boy. That boy's not a good boy, and the child don't want to listen. Walk with that boy, and that boy make that boy lose his life, or that girl lose his life. Let me get the questions, baby. I know you're tired.
Twin said, "Oh, praises to the Most High."
Bless up, my brother Twin. I'm glad you're here, that you can take a little bit of knowledge or see what I'm saying, if I'm on the money, if I'm right. Yeah, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for being here.
Bonnie Gary said, "Preach."
Thank you, my brother. Paula Gary, I would like your guys to reply to me on this, so you could send your comments and let me know what you think about it. Interact with me. Don't worry, I will see your comments, and I will reply back to you. But on the strength, y'all could do that for me. And I just put out a brand new video today on the new on Red's Bus of Sweat TV. Go check out that new video. It's with the Wolfpack, the new brother that works out with me. I just put that video out. It's myself, Joseph, and Wolfpack. It's Wolf. That's his name, Wolf. So y'all can check that out. Be a subscriber to the channel. The channel is young. I only have like 60 something people on it. I don't know. It's working. I'm not worried. I'm just gonna put things out there. But y'all guys, go ahead and check the channel out. It's called Red's Bus Red REDS. Red's Bus of Sweat TV. Put the little space red space bus space up space Sweat TV space. Sweat space TV. Alright guys, go check that out. Don't forget the merch. Thank y'all guys. Like I said, I'm not gonna stop talking about the Most High. And I appreciate that the Most High gives me the ability that I could able to come and sit out here, not under my understanding, but under the understanding of the Most High, allowing me to pull scripture. Me and the lady right here, we talking to y'all, we rapping with y'all, we rocking with y'all, and we sharing with y'all, and we talking with y'all. We're not just talking about ourselves, we're talking about how the earth we could save our family. You is my family, I'm your family, under righteousness, under the bond of the Most High God. We are family in faith, yes, in truth. And this is what I'm doing. So, man, let me get some more questions, please. What a
Carmen
second.
said, "What's your diet looking like? Any suggestion?"
Uh, what's my diet looking like, or what's your diet looking like? What's mine's?
Hmm.
Mine's is excellent. I try. You see, there's a thing. It's me, myself, and I within me, and I try to be very on point that I don't let my fleshly urge or needs to play with my upstairs. So sometimes, like, I control myself very, very tight. For today, I got what I had. Actually, I didn't eat good at all today. Oh, I had a cup of herbal tea. I had that. I had some okras, some okras and well, the lady steamed some okras, red onions, and that type of stuff there for me. So I only had that this morning. I didn't have much, and I ate very early because it's Ramadan too, and again, uh, something about Islam. I have to give Islam what's due to Islam. Although it's a religion, but it's the condition that Islam condition you. No other, no other religion condition you the way Islam condition you. And again, I watch the things about Islam, the 5 pillars, praying 5 times a day, shows you your sincerity to your creator. So I love that. Yeah. So this month here is a month where I don't eat that much. I don't eat. It's a fasting month. It's Ramadan, and you know, that's how we do during that time. But I'll advise you. I keep my hemp seeds. I keep my quinoa. I keep my pumpkin. I keep my my greens, my lima greens, lima beans. I keep my a lot of stuff. I don't do too much of wheat. I don't do too much of wheat. Certain type of wheat. I don't. But I like porridge, so I do a lot of porridge. I do a lot of what you call it? What's that little seed?
Quinoa.
Flaxseed. I do a lot of flaxseed. I do a lot of sea moss. Yeah, you know. So I do. Me, I don't think I could be a big person. I don't think I could put on weight and get big. And then Mr. Sling, I keep my body's accustomed to a certain way, and that's the regimen. That's what I put in. You know, I don't eat a whole lot of junk and a whole lot of stuff that I know that will cause health problems to me and cause me to get obese. So yeah, you know. But I'll tell people just try to Try to create your body's an alkaline. It's alkaline, and the more water you drink, and not just any water, but water that's alkaline water that can help your body. Watch lots of fruits. Watch what you eat. Stay away from yogurt, cheese, milk, and a lot of this dairy and all this stuff here. I see people now start eating from the can. Bro, I know it's nothing wrong eating from the can if it comes to that, but right about now, um, people gotta be mindful of the preservatives that they put in these things, man. I see people gouging that down like it's nothing, bro. I mean, anything is anything, but yo, this is not the greens, bro. This is something that been sitting in a can for a long time. That could be defect. It could look good in the can, but it could have a defect. You don't put no heat on that stuff. You just, you know, I don't know. I mean, we have done it. The sardines, I have done it, and stuff like that. But you know, everybody has their own taste. It's just good to just be precautious of, that juice. They drink that. I saw the guy he opened the hot dogs and he was pouring that sauce in, and you had to eat the hot dog and drink the sauce. I mean, they put a lot of chemicals in that stuff to keep it. That stuff could stay in that can for about a year or whatever. You don't know what they put in there. So I'll be mindful, I'll be mindful of things like that. Just opening that day but like I say, what don't kill you just make you stronger. You can say that. So the questions, I'll go with the questions because I gotta get out of here. It's almost 2 hours. It's 2 hours and 11 minutes. I gotta get out of here.
Lisa, what's good? Peace and blessings.
Bless up, Louis, man. Don't forget the life in the bottle, man. And I just make a whole set of that. And Mr. Moise, if you're here, I need to talk to you. I need to know if you would like me to. When would you like your order? I don't know if you're on the page right now, if you're on the live right now, but if you're there, I would like to know when you would like me to ship your order out for you. We could talk about that. So I'll probably call you right after I get off the live. Oh, Rasta Stocks, all praises, blessed Rasta Stocks. I ain't hear from you for a minute. Peace and blessings, man. And what's my man that buy the juice for me out there, Mr.
Smith.
Mr. Smith. That was he just spoke a while. Mr. Smith, bless him, man. What's up, my brother? Peace and blessings. Love, man. Hey, all praises to the oh, my boy's up. I gotta go. He's not ready. I gotta go. So, people, one love. I love y'all guys. Peace and blessings. I'm out. I can't make this boy come punch him. I appreciate all of y'all guys that's there. Just keep loving my stuff, sharing it, like it, smash the like button, share it, And if you're not a subscriber, thank you. Be a subscriber. All right, guys, I need your strength. Love. One, I'm out. Peace.